time right now for the Todd Bowles Report, brought to you by Tri-State Buick GMC, and the coach of the Jets joins us right now. Todd, it's Michael and Don. Thank you for coming on. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
We're doing okay. Todd, what would you say is the biggest issue over these last two games? What are you most concerned about?
Really the big plays down the field and the busting coverage were the big thing. Obviously the turnovers have got to stop, and the communication issues there, getting on the same page. And the first quarter of the season can be attributed to that.
All right, let's talk about those big plays. Have you been able to figure out, is it a lack of pressure? Is it breakdowns in the secondary? Why so many big plays? On a defense, Todd, that we felt, you did, and I'm sure a lot of other people in the NFL felt was going to be a top-5 defense.
And when we play the right way, we are. It's not even about being a top 5. It's about not having bust or mental breakdowns, per se, in the secondary that we got to clean up, because it's not really a communication issue. It's just one guy here or there, and it's a mental lapse. And those things are going to have to change.
Todd, I would think that mental issues would probably bother you more than physical issues. I mean, if a guy can't do it, he can't do it. But if a guy can do it physically and they keep making mental mistakes, I mean, that has to infuriate you as a coach.
Yeah, it infuriates us as a team because, you do it right in practice and you go through the calls and somehow it doesn't transfer to Sunday.
What do you think of, because I see a lot of it being open, of the play of Darren Lee here in his first 4 games?
Darren shows flashes. He shows flashes that he can make some plays, but still grasping the overall game from a fundamental standpoint, and he can get a lot better at that. But week by week, he's getting a lot better. But the flashes he shows gives you hope, and he's a very bright guy. He's just part of being a rookie, learning the game the first quarter of the season.
Now, Todd, what's the story? We saw that it's a slight hamstring pull with Darrelle Revis. Is your gut say that he's going to play?
Well, it's too early right now. He's got a couple of days. He's got about 4 or 5 days to get ready. But until we practice on Wednesday and I'll see him run or try to run, it's up in the air.
All right, let's look at the turnovers. Minus 10 for the season, 11 in the last 2 weeks, 9 of them from your quarterback. Have you been able to figure out how much of it is Fitz's fault and how much of it is the overall offense's fault?
Well, a lot of it's the overall offense's fault. We got to get on the same page, and we got to correct some things that way. And a lot of times, or the past 2 weeks anyway, we're behind pressing in the fourth quarter, and I think that might be 6 in the last 2 weeks in the fourth quarter that we're trying to force balls in certain areas. But the chemistry part of it, we got to be on the same page, and some of them balls need to be adjusted from an offensive line and receiver standpoint as well, as far as being on the same page that we need to fix in a hurry.
We just heard from Herman Edwards, coach, and he said, how's everybody blaming Fitzpatrick? He's had to throw the ball 82 times in the last 2 games. He just can't do that. You can't ask him to do that, so it's not all on him. Do you look at this as not all on him?
It's definitely not all on him. It's on the offense as a whole. And we as a team got to make sure we got to be able to run the ball. After the first drive yesterday, we didn't run the ball very well. And then when they make you one-dimensional, you got to throw. Other guys got to get open. And we got to make sure that we have a good, sound plan in place that if we can't run, and when they make you one-dimensional and you're throwing against guys like that in the secondary, they're going to make some plays.
Coach, is he good enough if you have to throw, if the running game isn't there? Is Ryan really equipped to be that sort of quarterback where they can just pin their ears back and play for the pass?
Yeah, he's definitely good enough. We just got to get on the same page.
And if you don't, would you ever consider about making a change at quarterback?
No, Ryan, we have every belief that Ryan and the rest of the offense can get it turned around as a group. So, like I said, we lost the first quarter of the season. Last season we lost the second quarter. This season we lost the first quarter. So we got 3 quarters to go and try to get this thing right.
Now, if you look at it in a realistic manner, Todd, the next 2 games do not, they don't look like they're going to be very easy. They're against 2 very good teams. Are you worried that the season could get away if these mistakes are not corrected?
Well, we got to correct the mistakes. I don't really care who we play the next 2 weeks. I mean, they can combine all the other teams in the league. We just know we have to play better to win ball games. So no matter who we play and where we play, we got to fix ourselves, and we'll deal with the other teams on Sunday. And if we fix ourselves, we're very confident that we can play with anybody.
All right, tight end continues to be an issue. I think they were targeted once. Bowman dropped the ball. I mean, do you have any faith with the Jenkins hiring that the tight end can become a part of this offense?
Well, as he gets a full week of practice in this week, we'll like to see the things he's good at and things we can be able to use him at. And if he has some type of skill that way, we'll use it in the game.